Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to the United Stand. A little bit hoarse today. If you've been following me for the last couple of days, you'll know I've been struggling with a bit of a cold, which has now hit my throat. So I'm fine, but the voice is not the voice it could. I mean, to be honest, it's more Frank Sinatra. Could do some Christmas classics, but hope everybody's doing well. We're live for West Ham versus Chelsea in a very big game in the Premier League, actually, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Manchester United have started their new Rangnick revolution, and this result today could have permutations in relation to that. I mean, look, I'm not going to say that Manchester United can get into a title race by any means, but we certainly do want to be getting into the top four, and at the moment, West Ham, I believe, actually are in fourth place. So it's a big opportunity for Manchester United to start winning some games and closing in. But it's not about Manchester United today. It's about West Ham versus Chelsea. You're very, very welcome. Chelsea obviously top of the league at the moment with 33 points. And West Ham in fourth place with 24 points. But it's at West Ham, so it's going to be very interesting how Chelsea react. A very good result for Chelsea midweek against Watford. Obviously, they have dropped some points recently with games against Manchester United and Burnley. So, yeah, I do sound a bit like Sean Dyche. Actually, I've been having a bag of gravel. Yeah. I don't even need to put the voice on. But yes, I'm looking forward to it. So we'll go through the team news. I hope everybody's doing well. And yeah, I think so much of this game is really going to depend on West Ham and whether they can replicate what they did against Liverpool. And I think the problem that everybody's got this season, and the reason I was genuinely concerned for Manchester United's fourth place spot this year, was because I think it's very much up for grabs for anybody who doesn't, grab major consistency. And what I mean by that is West Ham played very well against Brighton, but Brighton are a good team and it ended up 1-1. There's no real guaranteed points for anybody at the moment. So it's very, very, very commendable the position that West Ham have put themselves in. But having said that, if West Ham were to lose today and Arsenal won, United won and Spurs won, they would drop down to 8th. And even Wolves would only be like 3 points behind them. So West Ham are in a good position, but they do definitely need to but a couple of bad results and you'll be out of it basically. But let's have a look at the team news. So Fabianski in goal, Zuma, Dawson and Diop. Obviously that injury to Ogbonna could be a real issue for them, but they've got Zuma, Dawson and Diop. Kufal and Johnson make up the wing backs with Soucek and Rice. Then they've got Bowen, Lanzini and Antonio. Very steady, strong West Ham side. Chelsea, Mendy, Christensen, Silva, Rudiger, James and Alonso as their wing-backs. Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho. Jorginho is back. Ziyech, Mount and Havertz. Still no starting pace for Romelu Lukaku, who's on the bench. No return to the team, obviously, for Kante, who's injured. Kovacic is still injured. So, Ross Barkley's on the bench. Pulisic, Werner, Saúl Hudson-Odoi. So, I mean, that Chelsea team should still be good enough. But I do start to wonder, I mean, I don't know whether we've got any Chelsea fans watching, but I do start to wonder what the situation is with Romelu Lukaku and why he's not actually starting games because, maybe it's taking a bit of time. You and Levin should quit United Stand and become villains, says Reese. And Mark, me and my dad are having a debate. If you went to a pub, what would you rather play, pool or darts? Pool, Martial FC. I do like darts, but I would go for I'd go for pool, definitely, yeah. It's a muscle injury for him, so he's got to be very, very careful. But yeah, Havertz plays down. I wouldn't underestimate West Ham today. I wouldn't underestimate West Ham at all. I think West Ham might get a result today, and a result would be... I would like a draw, because I think that from Manchester United's point of view, that's probably the best result for us. I do not believe that Manchester United can win the league anyway, but I would like to close that gap on the teams at the top, because 12 points to the top is a lot, isn't it? So 33 points to Chelsea, Manchester United on 21. I've not really had a look at the fixtures this weekend. I know Liverpool are playing Wolves at 3 o'clock. Watford, Man City, that's boring. Arsenal play Everton on Monday, which we're going to do as a watch-along as well. Obviously, Man United play Palace tomorrow. You'd expect Man City to beat Watford. You'd expect... Well, Liverpool's at Wolves. That you'd still expect Liverpool to win that as well. So, yeah, it'd be nice if some of the teams at the top would do. Kieran says, are you any good at pool, Mark? Well, I could tell you a story. I used to have a pool table. My granddad was actually quite successful when I was growing up, and he had quite a big house, and he had a room with a pool table that he bought brand new. Because I remember it had you've got to be quite old to remember this, but you used to go in a pub, you probably still do, and play pool, and you'd put your two 10p's in and push it in, and the balls would come out. Don't know whether that works anymore. I've not been in a pub with a pool table for a long time. So I used to come in from school. I'd be at primary school, and I'd in the winter when I couldn't go out and play football, I'd play pool for a good hour every day. So I was always quite good at pool, and so much so that I wrote in my English class. I wrote a story. I was really into like Rocky, and obviously it was Rocky 4. So I wrote a story about this. It's basically about me, who got really good at pool, and basically pool 5. I wrote 5 stories, and by pool 5, my English teacher was getting fed up. And I think she was a bit perplexed how this nobody pool player went from being the best player in the world, and then by pool 5 he'd gone through divorce and drug addiction. It was a bit far for a 9-year-old, but I had an active imagination. We can't talk about the Premier League because we haven't played in the Premier League. Rio Ferdinand logic, says Ivor Petterson. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about, but we'll leave him with that. Thanks everyone for tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe and share the video. We're on the road to 600,000 subscribers. Do you speak the language of youth, says Paul. Wagwan, says Paul. It's not really my language, no. Publish the stories, Mark, says Alex. I don't know where they are. And Fatbird says, I've just clicked on what's going on. This is the sort of chat you get on the watch-alongs here. And I don't know why there's a number 4 on the far side, but we'll remove that. There we go. I do have a timer ready. We're going to be kicking off in 4 minutes. I think it's a strong West Ham side. As obviously we know it's a strong Chelsea side. They're top of the league. We're going to go through a very, very interesting period, actually, over the next few weeks in the Premier League. If you look at the December fixtures, obviously this is the first weekend. Man City play Watford, Liverpool play Wolves. Next weekend, Chelsea play Leeds, Liverpool play Villa at home, which you would expect them to win, and Manchester City are going through a run of fixtures where I think they're really going to put their foot down and start to win a lot of games. I don't know where Man City don't seem to have a... Oh yeah, Man City are playing Wolves next weekend. And then the weekend before, we've got midweek fixtures then, because United are playing Brentford. And Man City at home to Leeds. So yeah, I can see Man City starting to churn out points, to be honest with you, over the next few weeks. Really can see them churning out some major points. And the weekend before Christmas, they've got Newcastle away. Yeah, you can just see Man City are going to start winning week in, week out, I think. But I'll have to wait and see on that. Who do you want to win the match, says Jet? I'd like a point, to be honest, because I've got to look at what's best for Manchester United, and I don't want West Ham to lose. I think that just seems a bit harsh. But West Ham goal difference, even if they lost and we won, we wouldn't go above West Ham unless they lost 4-0 and we won 4-0. So we're not going to go above West Ham this weekend anyway, but I think a draw would be a good good result for United. Yeah, because West Ham are 4th at the moment. I mean, the weird thing is, as a United fan, you might want West Ham to lose. It depends what you're looking at. I mean, do you want to close the gap on Chelsea at the top, or do you want to just get into 4th? So I suppose it's an interesting one. Arsenal fans, what would you want? Spurs fans, do you just want West Ham to lose because you want to get 4th, or do you actually still think it'd be nice to close points on the teams at the top? Sushak better pop off today for the sake of fantasy, says Carson. My fantasy team's a crap load of waste of time. I've still got Lukaku in it. I've not changed my team, and I've got Ronaldo in it, who's apparently injured. So I'm on the verge of retirement when it comes to fantasy Premier League. And as a Gooner, I'd like West Ham to lose, says Matt. There you go. See, and I think from an Arsenal point of view, I understand that, because you are not you've been 8th the last couple of years, so you want to be finishing as high as you can. From a Manchester United point of view, we did finish 2nd last year, so I would like to not drop from 2nd. So you've got to be looking to make points on everybody, and West Ham and Chelsea are both above us, so a draw would be ideal. Do you think those who come at you strong with the opposite view to you, i.e. back Ollie, do you think they're genuine or trying to get a reaction from you, says Gunnar Station? No, I think I always take people as genuine, and I think that it's down to me whether I want to respond to it or not. But I think there are genuinely people out there that are, you know, sad that Solskjaer got the sack, and fair play to them for that if that's their opinion. It takes all sorts. Prediction for the game, Rabbi. What's your predictions? Get into the chat. Let us know. My prediction for the game. I don't know. I'd never underestimate West Ham is my prediction for the game. So I'm going to say 1-1. 1-1. I think it will be a draw. I don't know why I've got that in my ear. Yeah, if you want to chuck your questions in, that's the sort of watch along we do on here. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Obviously, we have got the game. I don't know whether is there a delay to kick off today or something, because it's meant to kick off at 12:30. Oh, I've done it again. I've done this before. Wait a minute. I've done this before. For some reason, whenever I turn my TV on for BT games, it seems to go to -1. There's hardly anybody in the ground. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, it's already bloody kicked off. Twats. I'm sat there looking at an empty West Ham stadium with Rio Ferdinand talking away, and the bloody game's kicked off. Sorry about that. Second time that's happened. It's always on the BT. You know what that is? When you turn your telly on, and sometimes Sky has the box of the game, I click it, and it always seems to be. I think it should. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't really understand what's going on there. But let's get the timer right. So we are 1 minute in already. Don't worry, it's not 4-0 or anything like that. It is. Oh, what a goal by Aspilicueta. We've missed it. It's not, don't worry. Okay, there we go. We're up and running. Just see those sleigh bells ringing in, ding ding a ding a ding 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 a ding a ding ding a ding 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 a ding ding a ding ding a ding a ding ding. I would be in more of a Christmas mood if I didn't feel so rough. I woke up this morning, you know, like when you're in a dream, and I don't know whether this happens to you very often, but when you're in a dream and something in your dream is happening, and then it ends up waking you up because in real life it's happening. Now, I'm not talking about anything like that. You know, there's certain dreams I've had that things happen and I wish I was waking up and they were still happening. Oh yes, carry on while you're down there. But the thing I was like in my dream, and my I've got these. Don't worry, I've got those for the stream. But I was in this dream and I was giving a speech. I was very surprised actually. I was giving this speech and there was loads of people there and they were laughing at every joke and they were just really attentive. And this was, you know, typical sort of arrogant dream I have. But while I was talking, my throat was really hurting and I just was like, oh, it's a dream, stop. Then I woke up and my throat was actually hurting. I had throat like razor blades this morning. Really sore throat this morning. But I've been drinking a lot of water and stuff and it's better now. But my voice is messed up, as you can tell. Coteen says he was in the crowd. You were. Remember the rest of our lives. Awesome. Dun, 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 dun. I've just had an idea and I can't remember where I was putting my notes. It's annoying. So yeah, we're just coming up for 4 minutes in, and I think it's going to be an interesting game. This, I mean, I've got to be honest. I don't think United are going to win the league, so I actually want Chelsea to win the league because I only think 3 teams can win the league: Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. So I would rather Chelsea win the league out of those 3 for obvious reasons. Liverpool are our biggest rival, Man City's our city rival, and Chelsea are the least offensive. But a good result today would be for Manchester United. No, I was just thinking there, actually. It's not what I was writing down, but you know, like stupid sayings. Give us some stupid sayings. We're going to have a bit of a chat and watch the match today. So Give us some stupid saying. Say goal Lukaku, says Byrne. Give us some stupid sayings. You know what I think is a really stupid saying? Talking about what I was just talking about there about, giving a speech. Like whenever you give like your first speech. I mean, I used to work in a job where you used to have to go and do presentations as part of your qualification, and they all, when everyone was doing their first one, they'd always be like, "I'm quite nervous. If you got any tips?" There'd always be somebody in the room who'd go, "Just imagine them naked." What? So when you first do a presentation, and it could be in front of 20 people or 100 people, if this bit of advice comes out a lot. Just imagine everyone else is naked if you feel nervous. I mean, I've never heard such stupid advice in my bloody life, but I've heard it so many times where, when people are nervous about giving a presentation to people, just don't be nervous. Imagine they're all naked. Oh, that might not be a good bit of advice. I suppose the point behind it is that if you imagine them naked, they're vulnerable. But what if there's people in there that you quite fancy? You're gonna have, your mind's going to be on the wrong thing. But I just think that's absolutely stupid. Absolutely stupid. What I used to do is I'd just pick a spot on the back of the wall and I'd focus on that. You can have your cake. Oh, good block. Fabianski's got it. Never heard that in my life, says Deadshot. I've heard it loads of times. You should write it in the medium. George says, do you have any other hoodies you seriously need some clothes, United or not? I've got about 5 of these, mate. We sell them, so I've got about 5 different ones. And I like it, so I wear it a lot. And also, I don't actually, when I finish streaming, I don't walk around in the clothes that I stream in. I take it off because it's streaming is part of what I do as my job. So I'll wear certain things to work in, and then I'll take it off and put something else on. Mark, when do you think Barcelona will be good again, says Tick? I'm not too sure. So the start of this game has very much been Chelsea on the front foot, which I think West Ham need to be careful about. I thought the way they approached the Liverpool game a few weeks ago, they really did get on the front foot and get at Liverpool. A couple of times last season when they were playing the bigger games, West Ham sat back, and I think Chelsea are a very good side, and I think if you sit back against them and give them the ball, they will eventually break you down. And we saw this a couple of weeks ago when Chelsea played Leicester away, and they just dominated them. And I think this first 5 minutes, it's very much like that. Although here's Jared Bowen, good run, and I don't think it was a particularly bad shot, but got the crowd going a little bit. Fair play. I think he might have won a corner actually. No, he hasn't. Thiago Silva with a bad pass, and then Jared Bowen gets his shot off. Well, that's well wide. I do a lot of facilitation in my job. Worst saying is quick minute. A minute is defined, can't be quick. Utter nonsense. Get out. That's a great one, Treble Champ. I agree with that one. I've heard the evolution of that over the last 12 months, and I think a lot of it's because of COVID and people being working from home and stuff. So the evolution of the quick minute, which basically, if you've never heard of quick minute, is like, it's business talk, and it's like, can we take a quick minute to have a look at this? And I'm with you. Quick minute. It's a fucking minute. It's 60 seconds. There is no quick minute. There is a minute, or there is not a minute. And yeah, you get that a lot. Mind your head is a stupid and pointless saying because people only say it after you have hit your head. And now, how you feeling, mate? Still sound rough. I don't feel too bad, H. Nowhere near as bad as I did 2 days ago, but yeah, my throat's just a little bit messed up. Oh, good cross, good header. Soucek, who I know a lot of people were wanting to do well for fancy Premier League points. He got up and he headed it wide. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Least favourite sayings are chock-a-block, on it like a car bonnet, and whoopsie daisy, says Luke Jones. Chock-a-block, whoopsie daisy. I really don't know why you bother doing that, Sky Sports. It's spotted straight away and you're gone. Dun, 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 dun. Thanks, Renate. James says he's just woke up from a long shift yesterday. Thanks for doing the watch along today. Up the Chelsea. No worries. I was actually going to do Liverpool versus Wolves, but I just don't know why I didn't think about Chelsea West Ham, and I was like, I think Liverpool Wolves will be very boring. Wolves are very boring, and I think Liverpool will win that. So, good shot by Reece James, edge of the box. Fabianski down, holds on to it. Lovely shot. I mean, Reece James has got a lovely shot on him anyway, hasn't he? Talking about quick minutes, you know what? There was a book released by Jamie Oliver a couple of years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and it was like 10-minute meals or something like that. And it was this book full of recipes. I think he did a TV series about it as well. 10-minute recipes, right? So I bought it for the missus, and every one she did took about 40 minutes. Yeah, it takes 10 minutes if everything's chopped, you've got everything prepared, your oven's cooked, is heated up. I mean, it's just it doesn't take 10 minutes then, does it? It's not 10 minutes. It should say 10-minute meals from the point where everything is prepped and taken out cooking time and everything else. Load of nonsense. Here's Ziyech to Reece James. Yeah, West Ham definitely sort of setting up on the counter, aren't they? Goal! Oh, it's not a goal. Sorry, Chelsea fans. I thought it was a goal. Cut back by Mount. Havertz, front post. Saw the net ripple. It was the outside of the net. It remains 0-0, but it would have been offside anyway, Mount. He's made his run and he would have been offside. Cut back. Havertz should have scored, but it would have been offside. And even the person linesman had his flag up. Joshua says, I might have misinterpreted, but Rangnick specifically said he might look to stay on for one more year. I took that as he might need an extra year to prepare the team for the coach who follows him. Maybe. No, hot water. Do they want one? Oh, no, that's not.
I will if I finish this.
No worries. Wolves aren't boring anymore. Largue is a great coach. Yeah, but why aren't you scoring many goals then? Kashina. One player you'd take from the current top three, says Jack G. Well, United need midfielders, so Fabinho from Liverpool. Although, I mean, Salah, you know, to be honest, or Van Dijk. But yeah, I would. Well, no. Okay, so 3 from each club. I mean, who's got the best holding midfielder? I think from Man City. So I'd take a centre-back to play with Varane, a holding midfielder, and probably a wide player. So I'd probably take... Who would I take from Chelsea, though? Now, I've got a plan. I've got a plan here. I've got a plan. So I'd take Rodri, Rudiger, Salah. So I get my holding midfielder, I get my centre-back, and I get a wide player as well. So, yeah. Because... people say, why do you want a wide player when you've got Sancho? But I'm not convinced about the left side anymore. I think Rashford's worrying in relation to his form. So, yeah, I think I would go with that, yeah. Reece James is a good shout at right back. It depends what your priorities are. For me, CDM, centre-back, and a right wing. Not a right wing, a winger. Chelsea doing all the questions again. Slide rule passing to Mount. Alonso. Not a massive fan of the camera angle at West Ham. I don't really like the West Ham ground. I hate it. It's basically just a bloody running track ground, isn't it? Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Let's go. Let's go with the flow. Shut up. Don't worry, it's the cat. No, shut up. It was the Olympic Stadium, says Nan. It was the Olympic Stadium, you're right. Nice little ball by Ziyech. Lovely takedown by Mount. And West Ham get it out. put Rudiger in a back four and he'd get exposed. I've always quite liked Rudiger. I mean, even before it was cool to like Rudiger, I was saying I rate him. I remember saying it about a year ago, and some Chelsea fans were like, "You can have him." I think Rudiger and 1 minute, I'll be back in a minute to sort this cat out. I think Rudiger and Varane would work well together. So to move the cat. Oh, National Treasure says Rudiger is awful. Looking good, Mark. I think I've looked a lot better, Vision. I've had a rough couple of days. I've not slept much and I've not felt great at all. But don't worry, I've done plenty of COVID tests and it's not that. So. West Ham. I think for the good of the game, it'd be better if West Ham scored first, because Chelsea already having so much of the possession. It's they're a hard team to beat. Chelsea, though, you know, they've only lost one game this season, and obviously that was Man City at home, and you know, United against Chelsea last week. I mean, obviously as a United fan, watched it and did a watch along for it, didn't I? But you know, we were never worthy winners of that game. I know we went 1-0 up first, but we were never worthy winners. They were way better than us on the ball and possession and chances created. So I don't think there's going to be many teams that beat Chelsea this year, but I do fear that Man City at the moment are playing like the best team in the world. I think they're going to be very difficult to stop. And if you look at West Ham, Man City's next few fixtures, I mean, I know I mentioned it a couple of weeks back, but it's hard. I mean, United have potentially got good fixtures, but you look at Man City, they've got Wolves. Obviously, they're playing Watford away today. They've got Wolves at home after that, Leeds at home after that, Newcastle away, Leicester at home, Brentford away. I just don't see them. You know, then they've got Arsenal away on New Year's Day, which maybe Arsenal can do something. And then they've got Chelsea. But you could see Man City winning the next 5. Look, the season's not won in November. It never has been. And it literally never has been. Your favourite club other than United, says Manoy. But I predicted at the start of the season, didn't I? I said Man City to win the league. I don't want them to, but I think they probably will. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right hand corner, on the road to 600k. Hopefully hit it before Christmas. Our next watch along is going to be Arsenal Everton on Monday night. Mark, if you could take one player from United's stand for the actual United squad, who would it be? Me. Piano. Definitely the best player. Worth saying the customer is always right, says Mark. Yeah, because they're not. Worth saying is the customer saying to you, the customer is always right. I'm playing in Clash Creators. I'm on the pitch in February, so you'll see Goldbridge. Even though I'm past it now, I'll still be very good. Hi Mark, you swap 3 United players from starting 11 playing any top 6 starting 11. Who are they? We've sort of just done that, Jay. Thanks for the super chat, but we basically just did that. We literally did just do that, because like, how can you say swap 3 United players from any team from the top 6 when I've just answered what 3 players would you take from the top 3? When you think it through, I'm not gonna. There's no one else. I've just taken the best player from the top 3 to come into United's team. Top 6. I've answered it. I have answered it. Iron, favourite Star Wars film, Empire Strikes Back. People are loving this Spider-Man film, aren't they? When does it come out? Got my tickets for Spider-Man. Don't care. Corner to West Ham. Most goals from corners this season. West Ham and Liverpool. Ooh. And they got a shot off, but Mendy gets hold of it. Yeah, they're decent from corners. These things we'll remember for all the rest of our lives. Da, 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 da. Moyes' West Ham side is entertaining. I favour them today, says Mason. Thank you very much, Mason. Thanks for the super chats. "15th of December for Spider-Man. I mean, I stopped watching it after Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, so it's not like Marvel. You've got to watch 20 films to understand what's going on in the latest one, is it? Because I ain't going to invest in that. Can you just go and watch it and not know anything about it? That will work. But West Ham are doing quite well at the moment. They've had a good bit of possession in the final third. Mendy gets hold of it again. These things. We're actually on 595. Well, no, we're not. We're 10 short. So please subscribe. We're on 594,990. So please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Let's pass that 595 on the road to 600k. Remember, everyone's welcome on the channel. Doesn't matter what team you support. We do all sorts of content on here. So make sure you get involved and join in with the community. Obviously, it must be, 3 weeks ago now, we did the all-day charity stream, £35,000 raised in 12 hours. It's an amazing community, so get involved with it. Please share the button, click the share button and tweet it out, and get your questions in as always. Do you think Rice will be off in the summer? Peter, I guarantee you Declan Rice is leaving West Ham in the summer, barring a miracle. And Tom says, rest in peace, Arthur Labino Hughes. Heartbreaking story. Yeah, I'd advise you not to read about it, actually, but lovely message from Tom. Just a horrible, horrible story. And yeah, rest in peace, kid. Not nice. Not quite local to where I live as well. It's only about 10 minutes down the road, but it doesn't matter whether it's here, there, or anywhere. It's just shouldn't be happening to people who are meant to be looking after a kid doing that. Disgusting. And I know there's lots of tributes today, certainly from the local clubs, but I think there's a call for it to go national as well. So. Chelsea back on the attack here. Tobey Maguire is in the new one. I know, yeah. I know. Who do you think is going to win the F1? I don't know. What time are they racing at? I know it's this weekend and next weekend, isn't it? Yellow card for Jorginho. Not happy. I don't really know what he gets booked here for. It looked like it's a bit of a foul on him. Don't really know what did Jorginho get booked there for? Got no idea. Just didn't. I mean, I might have missed it, but it just didn't do anything. Oh, he threw the ball away. They didn't show us that. Okay. The race is tomorrow at 5:30. Says SL Gaming. There you go. You complain to the refs as Front Post Football. Thank you. 8,000 watching. Fantastic this Saturday lunchtime. Make sure you get involved in the chat. Thank you for the super chat as well. Divanchi says, I know this is a little off topic, but how long do you think it would take for United to start showing some improvement? Tomorrow. We'll see some tomorrow. It's only a day away. You'll see some improvement tomorrow. You'll see some improvement tomorrow because tomorrow you will get the bounce. The players will come out tomorrow. I mean, it's going to take Rangnick a bit of time to get his tactics going, but I said this before. Imagine Trying to think of a really crap match. Yeah, so Burnley, right? Sean Dyche is the manager, yeah? They drew midweek, didn't they, Burnley? So Sean Dyche gets the sack, and on Saturday, Pep Guardiola takes over. Are Burnley going to play like they did midweek, even though Pep's only had 2 days training? No, they'll have a different mentality, and the players will react to that. So Ollie doesn't play football, Carrick doesn't play football the way that Ranić plays football, so there'll be different instructions, but on top of that, you'll also get players who will suddenly play very differently because it's a new start. Crossing by Alonso, cleared by West Ham. Havertz is playing up front, Matt Hunt. Got, another good cross. And Havertz has had 2 decent chances that Lukaku would score, get Lukaku on. Reece James, a lovely cross by Reece James, perfectly onto the head of Havertz, who just doesn't get hold of it, but straight at Fabianski. Yeah, I don't know who next says it's stupid to compare Rice to Mount. I don't know who is comparing him to Mount anyway. It is stupid. They're completely different positions. Opinions on Crystal Palace, Mando? They're a much better team under Vieira, but I think they'll do well to finish mid-table because you think about the congestion in the top 10 now. You've got the top 4 that should be nailed on. United have underachieved, but that's should be nailed on. You've then got Arsenal, Spurs, Leicester, West Ham. That's 8. Wolves, Everton, 10. So I think that if Palace finish mid-table, it'll be good. How are you feeling, says Saham? Get well soon. I'm not 100%. I mean, I'm all right doing a watch along because it's chilled, isn't it? But I've got to be careful about the match tomorrow because that's more animated, isn't it? I certainly can't start doing Sean Dyche impressions, although I actually sound a little bit like him, or getting too animated. But I think I'm on the mend. Here's Chelsea with a little bit of a break, 3v3. Havertz wins a corner. Mason says, do you think Rice would still fit in Ranić's squad? I'm curious to see who we bring in. I think Mason Mount's definitely leaving West Ham in the summer because he won't sign a new contract, and I believe next summer he's got 2 years left on his contract. Maybe 3, but I think one of those 3 is an optional year, which he won't take. So West Ham need to sell him next summer. They know he wants to go as well. I think he has been loyal to them, so I think West Ham will cash in next summer because if they don't cash in next summer, the price is going to start dropping the next summer. So I think West Ham Rice is nailed on to leave. Where he'll end up, well, Chelsea have always been admirers. Another corner for West Ham here. Chelsea have always been admirers. Manchester United have always been admirers, and apparently Man City are interested. So he'll end up at one of those 3 clubs. I can't see him being anywhere else in the Premier League, and I certainly can't see him going abroad. So, I mean, look, he wants to go to Chelsea. It's whether Chelsea want him. If you look at Chelsea at the moment, they'd love Declan Rice. Goal! Thiago Silva. It's just a well taken goal. That it's a cross, a corner, and Chelsea take the lead. He's headed it down into the ground. Fabianski can't get near it. It's one of those corners again where you look at it and you go, is it always worth having a man on the line? It would have been for West Ham. Let's have a look. Nobody on the line. Fabianski doesn't have anyone. I don't know why they don't have someone on the line there. He's got nobody on the line at all. Some teams have people on the front and back post. Fabianski gets an arm to it. Probably should he save it? No. He's fingertipping it. He can't. It's a great header. Thiago Silva heads it down. Fabianski at full stretch. If you've got a man on the line, that's not a goal. But obviously that's not part of the West Ham tactics. And Chelsea get that first goal, and it's a big goal. I would always say have a man on the front and back post. Whoever took the corner got the assist. Was it Mount? Kufal! Off the line, I think. And Mendy picks it up. So Thiago Silva's having a big game here because Kufal gets a shot in through the crowd and it's Thiago Silva, not Mendy, who stops it going in. Nice shot. Deflection. Yeah, Thiago Silva off the line. Mount got the assist, yes. So Thiago Silva's basically scored 2 goals there because he scored one and he stopped one in the space of a minute. Could have been 1-1. Is Poch a downgrade after landing Ranić? Hey, come on. Let's chill out about Ranić. He's not managed the game. He's not managed the game yet. What a hero, Silva, says Toby. No, Man United's not a televised game tomorrow in the UK. Hi Mark, just joined. Are you hoping for a draw? Hope you're feeling better as well, David. Thank you, David. I am hoping for a draw, yeah. Oh, good cross by Mount again. Reece James headed away. I mean, the marking on the corner wasn't great, to be honest with you. Considering West Ham playing 3 centre-backs, Thiago Silva does get a free header. We haven't mentioned that. United are playing Palace tomorrow. We are doing a watch-along. It's on 5 Live radio as well. Silva with the goal. Mount with the assist. For some reason, West Ham don't put people on the post, but that's another good cross as well. The crossing from Chelsea today has been very, very good. Here's Ziyech back into the box. Another good cross. Edge of the box. They're not marking their players. Straight at Fabianski from Loftus-Cheek. West Ham's marking's been pretty dodgy so far, got to be honest. You know what I got happy about today as well was on Disney Plus. They've got Die Hard on Disney Plus. God, my throat's so tickly today. Yeah, I mean, you could get Die Hard for a couple of quid on Amazon Prime anyway, but it's nice to know it's there. For years, I used to like, you know, Sky Plus. I'd like record stuff over the years and just keep it there for years. But yeah, I'm much even. Home Alone's on there as well, yeah. Yeah, Disney Plus. I don't know why it's got Die Hard, but it's on Disney Plus. I looked today. Another good cross from Chelsea, cleared away for another corner. They're pushing to get this game done, Chelsea here, and they might have it done by half time at this rate. God, sorry. What do you think Ranić would bring to Man United's team? Hope you get better soon, Mark, says Rachel. Fast on the front football. On the front. Fast tempo. Entertaining. Move the ball forward football. This corner is dealt with by West Ham. And then the long shot over the bar. Thiago Silva better than Maguire, says Rozzy. I mean, I'm going to have to suck another one of these. Is that even worth typing? You've wasted energy to type that. I watched Love Actually last week, Charlie. Training pics are on United socials, says Nate H. Good. I'll have a look at those. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. You see. Gremlins is an underrated Christmas movie, says Foz. Tell you what we're going to do at half time. Premier League team of the year so far. I forgot about that. So get ready for that at half time. Premier League team of the season so far. Get your thoughts in. We'll go through each position. Been looking forward to this. Chelsea play very nice football. Their passing and players' movement is amazing off the ball, says Ross Gunn. Yeah, I think Tuchel's underrated for that. I think because he came into that Chelsea team last January and basically built it around being defensively solid. But if you watch I think it was the FA Cup semi-final when they played Man City, they kept possession and controlled the game for about 70 minutes in that game. They do play good football, Ross, and Rudiger with the shot blocked. Yeah, so we'll do Premier League team of the year in about 10 minutes at half time. Is Salah better than Ronaldo, says Suck? Well, he is at the moment. Prime Ronaldo, no, nowhere near. But Ronaldo's not prime Ronaldo anymore, is he? Ronaldo's 36, and he's changed his game to be a goal scorer. But Salah's still capable of skipping past players, and arguably. I mean, how old is Salah? Is he prime? You could argue that he's in his prime, isn't he? I mean, prime used to be sort of 25 to 29. But I think nowadays you can be in your prime until like 32. So yeah, he's 29, so 29, 30, so he's in his prime, yeah. Manchester is red 20 is adamant that we all know that the game is kicking off at 2 o'clock tomorrow. I mean, I'm pretty sure every United fan knows what time their next game's kicking off, but if you didn't know, what you're doing with your life. Yeah, somebody just said there, why is anybody comparing Harry Maguire to Thiago Silva? Does anyone actually know, does the guy even know Thiago Silva's background? Maybe they think he's an 18-year-old who's making his debut for Chelsea or something, but Harry Maguire should not be in the same conversation as Thiago Silva. The only thing that sort of goes against Thiago Silva is his age, isn't it? A very good signing for Chelsea as well, I was like, coming into the Premier League at that age, but playing in a back three helps. I think if he was in a back four, I mean, somebody said if Rudiger played in a back four, he'd get exposed. I think Thiago Silva in a back four would get very exposed in the Premier League. Arvin says, your opinions are so wrong, and yet you're typing in the chat and you're here. Welcome. Is Disney Plus good for Christmas, says James? Well, they've got a lot of stuff on there, but I'm not a big fan of having to pay £8 for Disney each month, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and I'm sure there's more. I mean, bloody Apple Plus TV and all that. Oh, why did he not get there then? Oh, this is a penalty. What is Mendy doing there? What is he doing? What is he doing there, Mendy? A pass back by Jorginho. Mendy barges him. He can't pick it up. So why does he not boot it? I know Jorginho's made the back pass, but there's plenty of time. Good work by Bowen. Definitely a penalty. But I just don't know what he's doing. Why does he not boot it out for a corner? I mean, they're focusing on the pass back that Jorginho gave Mendy, but Mendy is at fault there as well. Like, he doesn't have to start trying to dribble it. So Lanzini's going to take the penalty, but look, it's not the greatest pass back by Jorginho, but why is Mendy taking him on? Should have just booted it. Yeah, a lot of the chat are blaming Jorginho because I know Mendy's very popular, isn't he? But I think Mendy's massively at fault there. Why does he not boot it out for a throw-in? Why is he trying to dribble it out? Just didn't need to do that. Why is Antonio not taking a penalty? I wish he was. He's not scored yet, though. Lanzini to take it. Here he goes. Lovely penalty. Sends him the wrong way. It's 1-1. Game on. And the enormity and difficulty of these games comes. It wouldn't be a red card because it would double jeopardy, isn't it? You don't get red cards. I don't know why it wouldn't be a red card, actually. I don't even understand, but it is 1-1. And it's game on. I think Mendy's more at fault than Jorginho, but you know, Jorginho's pass wasn't great, but the keeper's just got to boot it out. Why is he trying to take Bowen on? It's silly, really. But Fairy Liquid FC are up and running. And all that work that Chelsea had put in, back to dust. Mostly Mendy's fault, says Nafis. And Ezo says it's not Jorginho's fault because he could have booted it. Release the bubbles, says Sherman. You got someone at the door. I know. I've also got someone who can get the door. I actually have got someone who gets the door. They basically come round every day and just sit in the hall, and they get paid £10 every time they answer it. It's not a red card, Mark, because the goal scoring opportunity is restored with the penalty, says Ewan Murray. Yeah, but you can still get sent off for a last man tackle, can't you? That's what I think that's what people are talking about. You can still get sent off. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. You're all very, very welcome. Get Kepa back in goal, says Sub. I mean, Mendy's a very good goalkeeper. I really do rate him. I think he's a good signing for Chelsea. But people seem to forget. We have this with De Gea. Like, you know, a goalkeeper makes a mistake and it's like, drop them. But keepers make mistakes. Edison makes mistakes. Alisson makes mistakes. Keepers make mistakes. It's a mistake by Mendy. Strikers miss sitters. You know, Havertz has had 2 good... I mean, one of them would have been offside, but he should have scored 2. I don't know what was going on between Lanzini and Reece James as well. There was a bit of pushing going on, but it's got a bit of bite. I mean, I'd like it to be 1-1 anyway. Oh. Ben Holmes says, players make mistakes, fans are too reactionary. Yes, they are. Please share the video if you're watching. We've got 9,500 and at half time we're going to be doing Premier League team of the season so far. So far. Mendy is good but massively overrated, says Antonio. Apparently Reece James shouted when Lanzini took the penalty to put him off. Good. That's from That's Me. Good. Bit of shithousery's alright. God, I used to do it. When I used to play centre-back, I told you stories before. Me and my centre-back partner, we'd always be in the ear of the striker. Talking about their mum and stuff. Every edge, it's competitive. It's competitive sport, isn't it? You know, as long as it's legal, then it's that competitive edge. Vardy's the king of it, yeah. Mum jokes, basically, that's what it was all about. Would you ever forgive Donny van der Beek if you went to Liverpool, says Anch? Well, it would be half. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! What a goal! What a goal! Brap, brap, brap. What a goal by Mason Mount. That is absolutely stupendous. The smile on his face lets you know that you need me. And it's absolutely... it is just a brilliant goal. I mean, look, not a Chelsea fan, so I can't go mad, but what a goal. he places it on the volley as well. Long cross to the back post, and he just sort of places it on the volley. That it's just magnificent. Watch this back if you're watching. Look at this. Ziyech. I mean, I'm wondering whether Fabianski should do better, but that's only because he places the volley. It's a great finish. It's a lovely ball by Ziyech. Yeah, it's just a perfectly... He hasn't, you know, basically it's an angled ball over his shoulder, and it's one of those ones where you put your laces through it and you send it into the top corner, and what he's actually done is he's used the side of his foot and placed it into the bottom corner. Keeper probably should do better, I think, but it's still a goal. It's still a good goal by Mason Mount, and it's the perfect response to go in 1-1. But I do think Fabianski should do better. Mason Mount's looked very good today. Ziyech with the assist. It was a delightful assist as well. But 2-1, and West Ham are about to lose a player here as well. Declan Rice would feel like celebrating that because he likes Mason Mount. West Ham's marking has been shit today, though. If I was a West Ham fan, I'd be very unhappy with the marking. So West Ham have lost another, I think, a defender here. Was it Johnson who's going off? Cooking with Goldbridge is going to be back soon. Suck. It's going to be Christmas dinner. What would you want on your Christmas dinner? I need to know what sides. How do you watch tomorrow's United match as Kia boy? You really think I'm going to sit and tell you like on a live show? Come on, figure it out for yourself. It's on the radio if you're in the UK. Have been sick, yes. Chelsea in again. Zuma with the tackle. I get the feeling this is going to be Chelsea's day. Now Zuma's injured as well. Alex Walker says, don't do turkey. You've got to do turkey at Christmas, man. You think if we look at old scripts of El Dorado and try and find anagrams of potential transfer targets, then it might be more successful than United's current strategy. Let's look at soap operas, not be one, the satisfied customer. That's probably one of the weirdest super chats we've ever had, but thank you very much. Never thought we'd be mentioning El Dorado. West Ham are picking up a lot of injuries. Agbona obviously went. Now Zuma's gone. I think Johnson's gone off as well. You do wonder whether this is Thursday, Sunday, Europa League football starting to catch up. Havertz is injured as well here. I didn't even notice that Havertz had gone down. But yeah, West Ham can't afford to lose another centre-back. So Premier League best 11 of the season so far. We'll be doing that at half time. (2-1) to Chelsea. Fantastic goal by Mason Mount. Fabianski should have done a little bit better. West Ham obviously got a penalty because Mendy was pissing about at the back. And we've got a couple of injuries here at the moment with Zuma and Havertz. Nearly 10,000 people watching. Please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner on the road to 600k. Zuma looks like he should be alright. Havertz just standing up. Havertz maybe not looking as good. Lukaku on for the second half. You know it makes sense. And it is half time. Half time in this one. 2-1 to Chelsea. leagues. Let me just stop the clock. So it'd be interesting to see second half what happens with that. Whether Havertz comes out, we won't know because they've now cut to the adverts. But Chelsea 2, West Ham 1 at half-time. Deserved, really. I think Chelsea deserved to be in front. West Ham have been okay, but their defensive, their marking's been very poor and it's cost them 2 goals. Deserved penalty for West Ham, well taken, but I think Chelsea have shaded it. In fact, when we look at the stats, I'd be pretty confident that Chelsea, I might be quite surprised by this, but they've, look at that. 12 shots to 7, 6 on target to 3, 67% possession. Yeah, Chelsea definitely deserve to be 2-1 up at half-time. But it's 2-1, and therefore West Ham have always got an opportunity to get back in. Let's see if Havertz comes out in the second half. Seems to be injured, and Zuma. See what happens in the second half. But we will move on very quickly because we're going to do, and it will take probably most of half-time, we're going to do Premier League Team of the Season so far. So who is in your Premier League Team of the Season so far? We're going to start off with goalkeepers. And the first player that comes to my mind is Ramsdale. I obviously get the debate going in the chat, but Ramsdale for me would be the number one. I've seen Arsenal a few times and some of the saves he's pulled off this season. David De Gea has been brilliant for Manchester United as well. Absolutely brilliant, and some people are mentioning Mendy, but I think I would push Ramsdale as the number one, to be fair. Right back of the season so far is interesting. I think it would have to be Reece James for me. Look, get in the chat and give us alternatives, but I would say Reece James. I hate Chelsea; they're a hollow club, says Alex G. Reece James, Trent Alexander-Arnold's getting a few shouts, but yeah, I think Reece James would get it for me. Let's do the left back before we do the centre back. So left back this season, look, well, I can't throw a United player in. Luke Shaw's not been very good this season. Chilwell was doing okay. I mean, I would argue that Cancelo at Manchester City must be comfortably the best left back in the league. So trying to think of anybody else from other teams. I don't want it to be top 6 exclusive. DJ says, as a keeper, Fabianski should have done better on the Mount shot. Yeah, I think he should do. But yeah, I think and most people are saying Cancelo at left back as well. So we've got Ramsdale in goal, Reece James right back, and Cancelo left back as our team of the season so far. We are approaching halfway through the season, actually, so it's a good time to do it. Centre backs then. Centre back pairing, who would you go with? Right. Well, difficult. I'm trying to think who's been a really good centre back. And look, you might start thinking of people like Brighton here. Centre back pairings. Yeah, Harry Maguire's not getting in. You know what? I don't actually think there's been loads and loads of standout centre back performances this season so far. You've got to say the return of Van Dijk. He's come back from a bad injury and it's just been Virgil van Dijk. I mean, I think you probably have to still put Van Dijk in, because he's been very, very good and he's come back from nearly a year out. So I think Van Dijk would still be there. And then for me, it's a choice of whether you want to go with a Rudiger, whether you want to go with a Diaz, or do you want to go with like a Thiago Silva or someone like that? I'd love to bring somebody in from somewhere else, but there really isn't. I'm not going to use Dunk or anyone like that from Brighton, if I'm absolutely honest. West Ham. I'm definitely going to go Van Dijk, and I'm going to go with. I'm not going to go Thiago Silva because in a back four he wouldn't work, and I'm going with a back four. So I'm going to go Thiago Silva. I'm going to go Van Dijk and. It's difficult. It's really difficult. I'm going to go Rudiger. Everyone knows I like Rudiger, so I'm going to go Rudiger and Van Dijk. Sorry if you wanted Diaz or Thiago Silva, but I understand why. So we'll go for a 3-man midfield, holding midfielder of the season so far. definitely McTominay or Fred, isn't it? Definitely. Newcastle Burnley at 3 o'clock, says Isle fans. Big game for Newcastle, actually. Declan Rice has been very good this season. I think he's worth a shout. I'm always a big fan of Fabinho. Kante's been good. I don't know whether, I'm tempted to say Declan Rice, but I don't actually think team of the season holding midfielder would Declan Rice get in there ahead of a Rodri. So I'm going to go Rodri. I know it's a bit boring to go for a Man City player, but Rodri is way better than Rice, and I'm going for team of the season. Not, I'd like to put Rice there, but he's not better than Rodri, is he? So I'm going to go Rodri. My 2 midfielders that would play with him in the more box-to-box role, I think Gundogan's been very, very good again. Thiago's been good recently, but we're talking of the season so far. Chelsea, again, you could probably put Kante in there if you wanted to. No, there's no one at United. Arsenal, not really. Spurs, not really. West Ham, not really. It's difficult, isn't it? I probably would have to say, Conor Gallagher at Crystal Palace has been fantastic. Whether he'd get into a team of your season so far, I think it's a good shout. Bernardo Silva's been fantastic. I think you'd have to include him in there. And you know what? Just to be a little bit different, I think I am going to go for Conor Gallagher and Bernardo Silva ahead of Rodri in a midfield 3. Because it's Premier League team of the season so far, and he has been fantastic for Crystal Palace. Many of you might not have seen much of him, but he has been really good. And Jordan Henderson deserves a shout as well. But I think I'm going to go with Rodri, Bernardo Silva and Conor Gallagher as team of the season so far. He's been brilliant. Conor Gallagher has been absolutely brilliant. Don't be snobby. Bruno, not for me. No. Fantastic player. De Bruyne, not. Bruno's been in a bad vein of form, and De Bruyne has not played enough. So we're talking about team of the season so far. And then my front 3 would be, well, Mo Salah definitely off the right hand side of the attack. There's just no debate. Left hand side of the attack. Well, it's got to be Jack Grealish, £100 million. No. Again, you've got to think about someone like a Mason Mount. I know it's not naturally his position. Sadio Mane's been very good for Liverpool as well. I don't think. Certainly, no one at United that I'd give it on the left hand side. Has Son had a good season? Smith Rowe's getting a mention as well. Phil Foden's probably not played enough for me. I think I'd give it. I think I'd have to. Smith Rowe's a good shout. He is a good shout. But I think Mane has been very good this season. I think I'd give it to Mane. I think I'd go Mane and Salah, to be honest, as the wide players. And then the striker, which should be Ronaldo. It should be Ronaldo because his finishing this season has been amazing in a crap United side. But I'm just trying to think if there's anybody who really pushes him for that number 9 shirt. I think it has to be Ronaldo. He is the best striker in the league, and he's scored unbelievable goals this season in a team that really doesn't cater to his strengths. Admittedly, most of it's from the Champions League, and we are saying a Premier League team this season so far. But by virtue of the fact that the season's been running, you've got to take that into account. I think Antonio does deserve a shout, but he's gone off the boil a little bit over the last month. Vardy's always a shout. Lukaku, again, last couple of months. I'm going to go Ronaldo. But look, I've enjoyed that. I think there's been some really good mentions from people. Even Dennis at Watford's had a mention as well. So my Premier League team of the season so far is this. Let me know if you disagree. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about it. But, I think there are a few that might disagree with some of them. But I'm happy with this team. So goalkeeper Ramsdale, Reece James at right back. I've gone Rudiger and Van Dijk as centre backs, with my left back being Cancelo. My midfield holder is Rodri, with Bernardo Silva and Conor Gallagher. And then I've got Salah on the right, Mane on the left, and Ronaldo up front. Fluidity and chemistry probably is slightly lacking. I'm not saying it's going to go and win the league, but I think on form, it's strong. obviously it's going to contrast to what a best Premier League 11 is, because best Premier League 11 is based on ability. We're doing this based on form on the season so far. Manager's a very good one, and there's a few players that are, unfortunate to miss out. Manager of the season so far. Well, he's top of the league. You can't really steer away from Tuchel, who's also won the Super Cup. Liverpool have been good. Man City have been good. But I think I'd give it to Tuchel, yeah. Carrick. Yeah, Carrick was unbeaten for 2 games. Now, you give it Tuchel. They're top of the league. They've won the Super Cup. They've got through the Champions League very convincingly. And there's no manager at any other club that's done great. I think if there was if Leicester was second, you'd give it Rodgers, or if Burnley were in the top 6, you'd give it Sean Dyche. But there's no manager sort of punching above their weight for what they've got. I mean, West Ham are 4th, but David Moyes has done well. He has done well, to be fair. But I'd give it Tuchel. Yeah. I loved that. I enjoy that sort of thing. So make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the channel. We're on the road to 400k, 600k. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Loved a bit of that, and great to see what's going on. In fact, we're just gonna retweet a tweet that United Stand have just put out of Ranić on the training ground, which is great to see. Things you love to see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just about to put a tweet out. Please retweet it. We need it to go massive. We want to get like 300 retweets on this. It's basically, please pick him tomorrow next to Fred. Check it out on my Twitter. If we get 300 retweets, it'll go massive. And Ranić might see it. No. But I've just put it out. It's had 20 retweets already, so thank you everyone. At Mark Goldbridge on Twitter. Please do give it a retweet. It's basically Ranić looking at Donny. Fred and Ollie is like Goldbridge and wash and go, says LeBron. Yeah, well look, second half to come, 2-1 to West Ham. Sorry, 2-1 to Chelsea. Look, to be honest with you, if you're an Arsenal fan, a Spurs fan, a Man United fan like me, or you're a Wolves fan, or West Ham losing is not a bad result, because we're all trying to get in the top 4. But I've got to say, I would like to see a point. I would like to see a point, because Chelsea are a team. I don't, from Manchester United's point of view, I don't want us to end up 20 points off top at the end of the season, and at the moment we're 12. So I'd like to. We're not going to win the league, but I would like to see that gap coming down a little bit, to be totally honest with you. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. Scott will improve under Ranić, says Jordan. I think a lot of players will improve under Ranić. That's the whole point of bringing a new manager in, isn't it? Who can actually coach people. I mean, you watch Chelsea. I've watched the last. I watched Chelsea against Watford on, was it Wednesday night? I've seen them for 45 minutes today. I haven't seen a lot of Chelsea this season. It's just the way the fixtures have fallen. I've seemed to have watched a lot more of Liverpool and Arsenal this year than I have Chelsea and Man City. But they're a very good side. They're very well coached, as we know, but they do play very good football, Chelsea, and as do Liverpool, as do Man City. And it's been embarrassing from a Man United fan, certainly for the last year. I mean, longer really, but the last year. I think it was like 13 months ago when Ollie was under pressure and we were talking to Pochettino, and he just went to this back 6 grind out thing, and it became about Ollie keeping his job instead of actually playing good football. So it's been embarrassing as a United fan watching the way we've played football for the last 12 months. So yeah, just bringing somebody in that actually wants to play football is going to be very refreshing. And I think these fans who are still moping around about Ollie getting sacked, they'll change their mind very, very quickly, because we're gonna play very, very different. Hope you're feeling better, mate. All the best, says Joe. I'm on the mend. I've just got a very tickly throat today. I think all that nose stuff has now gone onto the chest. So as great as that sounds, hopefully working through it and on the mend. But you know what? I'm just having a look there at some of the pictures, and there is a substitution. It is Lukaku for Havertz. So, from a fantasy Premier League point of view, that's quite good for me because I've got Lukaku in my team. But not good for Chelsea to lose Havertz. Looked like it was quite injured, and he's on. Lukaku. He's on. Lukaku. I call him Lukaku. Lukaku, as the chat know. What was for lunch? I haven't had it yet. I actually haven't had it yet. Just realised. So can West Ham get back into the game? Albert says, good morning, Mark from LA. How was the first half? Just woke up, missed the first half. Hate these 4:30 kickoffs. It was quite eventful, really. 3 goals. Chelsea created a lot of chances. West Ham getting a deserved penalty. But as things stand, it is 2-1 to Chelsea. And the job is there for West Ham to come back and do something about it, really. Can you turn that down a bit, please? We can hear it in here. Thank you. Oi! Maddie! Can you turn that down, please? I thought she'd heard me. She's in like, Mendy gave the penalty away, Dan. Zoom is still on the pitch. Yeah, he didn't go off injured. Hi Mark, great content. Keep up the great work. Arsenal fan here. Banter aside, do you see any progress since Arteta joined the club? Cheers and have a nice Christmas from Irish Gooner Brian Gibbs. BG. Thank you very much. I mean, that's what I love about this channel is that everybody can get involved in it. It doesn't matter what team you support. And I do try, although I'm always going to be biased towards Manchester United, but I always try to be pragmatic. I actually tweeted about Arsenal this morning, and you know it's going to take me, you know, a day or two to move past the smugness of beating you, but we've got the 3 points, so I can be quite empathetic. But no, I'll repeat what I said on Twitter this morning. I think in relation to Arsenal, I wouldn't be too fussed about. I mean, obviously you should be unhappy losing to Liverpool and United, but you've been to Old Trafford, you've been to Anfield. I don't know whether you've been to the Etihad or they've been to you, or you've been to Stamford Bridge or you've been to that, but you've got no European football. So when we get to February, you're going to get a lot of time off. And what I have liked about Arteta is that when you play Arsenal now, or you watch Arsenal, you can pick 8 or 9 of his players. So he's got a settled team. I thought what he did with Leno and Ramsdale is brilliant, because it's like Leno's a good goalkeeper and he's like, I want my own goalkeeper. So yeah, they have been to the Etihad. They lost 5-0. So they have. It's 47. Let me just get the timer on. So I think with Arsenal, look, they're still 2 points ahead of Manchester United, and they've got no European football, which will keep them fresh. They've got and they're in the race, and I wouldn't. The trouble you've always got when you've got fans of a big club, and Arsenal are a big club in England, let's be honest, the expectations can run away. And I think that if Arsenal had been battling for 6th this season, then their fans would be far more relaxed than they are. I think, you know, Solskjaer's just got the sack. We've brought in Ranić. I've heard certain Arsenal fans going on about Arteta again. You know, you lose to United with Carrick as an interim. That's embarrassing. And then, you know, you start to worry about 4th. But the reality is, Arsenal have finished 8th for the last 2 years. I still think 5th is really good for Arsenal this year. But I think what Arsenal have done really well this year is that, yeah, of course, look, they lost to Man City, they've lost to Chelsea, they've lost to United, and they've lost to Liverpool, and Brentford, but you've won loads of other games. Arsenal seem to be very good at the moment at picking up those points. What you don't want to be is a team that draws a lot. funnily enough, I've seen this in my latest FIFA career mode, is that we draw a lot and you end up in a crap position. If you're going to lose games, go and win the next two, and then if you lose, go and win the next two, and that's what Arsenal have done. They've, I mean, I know that's not happened as much, but they've managed to win a lot of games, and I think I still think they're probably 3 players away from really competing for top 4, but I think that they're a lot better than they were last year. And their problem against United was actually Aubameyang. He should have buried that chance, and I think it was it 2-2 at that point. So that game could have gone either way. It was a tight game. Ranić even said it himself. It was an entertaining to watch, but as a coach, there was no control. It was on a knife edge really, and it went to United. So, but I predicted Arsenal to finish 5th at the start of the season, and I got laughed at. And lo and behold, it actually looks quite a good selection now. But at the start of the season, people were like, you're having a laugh. For that great recovery there by Thiago Silva, it was offside anyway. No, it was Loftus-Cheek. Gravel bridge, says George. Apparently the chance for Aubameyang was offside anyway, but he should have scored it. Arsenal go 4th on Monday if they win. Exactly, and that's what they need to do, and I think they will do. Is it at Goodison though, or is it at Emirates? I mean, Everton at the moment, we drew with Everton at bloody at Old Trafford. Like, they're crap. They're so bad, and they're only really missing Yerry Mina, Calvert-Lewin, and Andre Gomez. It's at Goodison Park. I'm doing a watch along for it. I love December nights at Goodison Park is traditional old ground, but I just can't see. I think the players already know Benitez is on his way out as well. Tottenham could go 4th if they win their game. Well, Ian, I said this about Tottenham. I told you Tottenham were going to go on a good run because you've got some very winnable games. Obviously, the Burnley game being called off didn't help you, but very winnable games. I mean, I'll have a look at the league table now, actually. Table. So yeah, Spurs have got 22 points at the moment, and Arsenal have got 23 points, but Spurs have got a game in hand. It's weird, isn't it? How Spurs got to 22 points, and they've got a game in hand on everybody as well. So Spurs are on the mend, and they play Norwich at home tomorrow afternoon. So you'd expect, Norwich are getting better, but their next 3 games for Spurs are Norwich, Brighton, Leicester. And then Liverpool. Interesting. Are you going to watch Dortmund versus Bayern? Right, I'll tell you something for free then. Am I going to watch Dortmund play Bayern Munich tonight at 5:30? You know what? It's actually closer in the league than I thought it was. 30 points against 31. I didn't realise that. Chelsea on the attack. Declan Rice intercepts. Reece James just bullies him and wins it back. 5:30. I might keep an eye on it. I'm not doing a watch along for it because I've got to try and rest my voice. I can't do 2 watch alongs today, but and we've got an 8 o'clock show on the United Stand, so I probably will keep an eye on it. It's on Sky, isn't it? 5:30. I'd rather watch that than Man City against Watford. So yeah, probably will keep an eye on that. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please subscribe on the road to 600k. We're trying to get to that before Christmas. Thanks everyone. I actually thought Bayern were a lot further ahead in the league than they are. that's something I wanted to have a look at as well, because obviously it's the final Champions League tables. It's the final one, isn't it? And just looking at the tables at the moment, Man City are through, PSG are through. Is Chelsea on the attack over the bar? Liverpool are through. Porto, Milan, and Atletico Madrid have got something to play for. Ajax are through. Dortmund are. I don't know whether Dortmund are out. They're playing Sporting. Sporting have got to lose and Dortmund have got to win, and then it's about head to head, I suppose. Inter and Real Madrid are through. Bayern are through. Barcelona not through yet. United are through. Lille, Salzburg, Sevilla group's quite interesting, and Chelsea and Juventus are through. I'm just looking at it from United's point of view. Could end up playing PSG again. PSG, Porto or Milan, Sporting or Dortmund, Inter, could get Barcelona. Goal for West Ham! Bowen! Bullseye! Dun 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 dun. It's the bullseye with Jared Bowen. It's 2-2. He's arrowed it into the bottom corner, and out of nothing really, we were looking at the Champions League tables, and it's Bowen who makes it 2-2. And Chelsea will be Chelsea will be very, very disappointed by that. Very disappointed by that. But just passes it into the bottom corner, really. I don't think Mendy can do much more with it. Yeah, he's sort of gone through a crowd. Lovely hit. Game on again. And Chelsea will be kicking themselves again here. Very, very similar to the game with Manchester United, whereby they've had more possession, more shots, and yet, clinically, they've not taken their chances. They really do need to start scoring more chances, Chelsea. Lukaku is on the pitch now, but lovely hit by Bowen. And it's 2-2. Game on. Good game, 4 goals. Half an hour to go. Oh, I love it. Love it. Entertainment. You've got. We're all for it. It's the bullseye. That deserves to get clipped. It was if you know, you know. Chelsea's still on the attack though. Yeah, I don't know what happens with Dortmund, but looks like United could. The draw's on the 13th, Monday the 13th, so a week on Monday. Cross comes in. Oh, ZX nearly on the back post. Teddy says, please win West Ham, then Liverpool overtake Chelsea. We go. Still time. Plenty of time. Dortmund are already out. They're in the Europa League. Okay, so it will be Sporting. Who got the assist? I didn't see. Didn't get. I'll tell you though. Don't know who did get it, but. Well, it definitely wasn't Antonio. It was Kufal with the assist. Do you think this could be the best title race yet, says Callum? I hope so. I do hope we get a good. I'd love to see it be a 3-way. Obviously, we had it a couple of years ago with Chelsea, with Man City and Liverpool. But it would be nice to. As a United fan, I've basically ruled us out. I don't think you can be 12 points off. I mean, you're not just 12 points off Chelsea, you're 12 points off City and Liverpool as well. We're not going to come back from that, you know. And we're not good enough to come back from that. The midfield is still not good enough. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's always the problem. If you're 12 points off one team, maybe, but you can't be 12 points off Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City. They're just not going to drop that many points. I think even if United won every single game, would they be able to close that gap? So, yeah, I mean, effectively, I want Chelsea to win the league because I don't want Liverpool or Man City to win it for rivalry reasons. Chelsea are the least of the three rivals, but yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good for the league if those three teams went for it, because I think they're arguably the three best teams in the world as well. It's 2-2 Hat. That's why it says 2-2 there. Zed Jamie says, yeah, Serie A at the moment is fantastic, best title race in years. Serie A has been good for a few years, Zed Jamie. I mean, they're never going to win the Champions League from that league. It's not, the quality's not where it could be, but from a domestic league point of view, it's very, very competitive, and it has been for the last two. So, yeah. Chelsea pushing forward here again. Reece James into Mount. Crosses again good, and it goes for a corner. Mark, you sound like my nan who smokes 60 a day, says Stuart. Bowen is underrated, says Jonathan. Headed away by West Ham. A lot of people think, just talking about Jared Bowen there, I think a lot of people think I've heard him be linked with Liverpool a few times. It'd be interesting if they did actually go for him. You could see him working in a Liverpool system. Mm-hmm. 385 retweets on the Donny van der Beek. Thanks everyone who retweeted it. Appreciate that. Really do. Thank you. Did you ever go to a Bullseye recording with it being filmed in Nottingham? No, I did go to Central Studios when I can't remember what I went to. I went to some crap sort of sports quiz which never got renewed after season 1. But you're right, they did used to do it at Nottingham. Man United are going to win the Champions League, says Sean. Well, I was on about this last night, Sean. I mean, I'm not going to say Man United are going to win the Champions League, but Man United have got more chance of winning the Champions League than the Premier League, because over a 38-game season, I'm not sure United could ever really go toe-to-toe with Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool. But in a knockout tournament, it's easier, isn't it? ZX coming off for Hudson-Odoi here. What's the deal with Saul Niguez? On the bench, even with all the injuries, Loftus-Cheek gets picked ahead of him and he's average at best, says Carl. Well, the deal is there, isn't it? The deal is that Saul Niguez is clearly not playing that well. How's it going, says Mr. Majax. Hopefully I haven't got up at 7 a.m. to see Chelsea win, but I've missed the first half. How's the game been? I mean, West Ham have played better than United did against Chelsea last week, but I think it's been quite similar. Chelsea have had a lot of possession, a lot of chances, and they'll be somewhat puzzled. It's 2-2. there's definitely an issue with Chelsea at the moment in relation to turning their possession and chances into control of the game results wise. But here's Lukaku down the right hand side. Nice little ball into Mount. Dinky little cross. Headed away by Rice. 25 minutes to go. Decent game for the neutrals, says K1. It is. I think it's been a good game, yeah. I'll be happy with a point. Is Lukaku a flop, says Char. Well, as I said, I haven't really watched a lot of Chelsea this season until recently, and he's been injured, so I haven't really paid attention to the fact that Lukaku's even being discussed as a flop. So I'd be open to the chat there, but I don't know what Chelsea fans think of Lukaku. I thought they were quite happy with him. Favourite Nottingham pub? God knows, mate. It's been so long since I've been out there. Here's Hudson-Odoi on the edge of the box. Back into Mount. Tries a little dink. West Ham being very clever now, getting the numbers behind the ball and looking to pounce on the break. It's therefore for Chelsea to try and break it through. Plenty of time. Hudson-Odoi. Little dink into Mount. Straight shoot at Fabianski. Opened up a chance though. What if West Ham won? Wow, I'd never even thought about that. That's not a good result for United if West Ham win. Lukaku belongs in League One. I think he's slightly better than that. I never had an issue with Manchester United selling Lukaku. I don't think most Man United fans did. I mean, very, very good job at Inter Milan. Very good striker, but I didn't think Ollie got that one wrong. I like PSG, says Sean. I like PSG. Thoughts on Ballon. Was Torres a flop? I think Torres was a flop, yeah. Why do you want to draw? Because I support Manchester United, and if West Ham win, they go like 6 points ahead of us. Lukaku belongs in the Serie A, says Utkarsh. I've not heard anything on Ronaldo other than what I spoke about this morning on the United Stand show this morning. West Ham's ability to close down as a team quickly, almost in sync, is impressive. Shows good team spirit and tactics that United didn't have under Ollie, says Dave on a stick. Draw, please, says Ian Cowley. And here we go. Another injury for West Ham. I think it's... is it... I can't see who it is. Zuma. Well, he went down at the start of at the end of the first half, and I think he's in trouble again here. Zuma. Did Daichi lend you his bag of gravel? Throat's sounding a bit rough, says Judge about. I know it is. It is. Yeah. So he's just gone down injured here, Zuma, and West Ham are picking up a lot of injuries, aren't they? I don't think he'll be coming back on for that. I think he's had enough. Havertz has already gone off for Chelsea. I think Johnson went off for West Ham in the first half. Give me a Strepsil. Favourite club after United? Don't really have one, mate. Fornells is going to come on here. Zuma's definitely going to come off. Or is he? I don't think he is. Love you, Mark, says Bilal. Thanks very much, Bilal. Thanks for the super chat. Well, Chelsea definitely won't want to draw this. I mean, if they draw this, it's 3 draws in their last 4. That's not really title-winning form. And people will say, well, we're unbeaten, but it's still 6 points from 12, isn't it? You need to be taking, you know, more than that. Is Goldbridge always this low energy if you're not at our play? No, Goldbridge has been ill and probably still is ill, so my energy levels probably have dropped a little bit than normal. Take a bow, Mark, towards your commitment to soccer, says Soham. Okay, thank you. And Chelsea win, good for United, says Luke. I'd be happy with a draw. Next, Everton manager. I'd go, if I was Everton, they've got the money. I'd go for Potter. I think Everton with Potter would be a very interesting thing. Thoughts on Real Madrid and Benzema Vinicius duo, says Rahul. I haven't really watched any of La Liga this year. I've lost interest in La Liga. I think with Messi leaving and obviously Ronaldo went a few years ago, just sort of lost interest in La Liga, and I don't think it will come back for a while. Although some people seem to think Real Madrid are a good side this year. I await to see what happens. Everton are declining, says Matt. Well, some interesting stats around Everton and how much money they've spent in the last decade. They've spent a lot of money as well. And as you know, I'm not going to get into the politics of Manchester United, but we've spent a lot of money over the last 8 years, a hell of a lot. But you can, just because you've spent money, you can still spend it badly. And I think Everton have spent their money very, very badly. I mean, look, they paid over 30 million for a Iwobi. I just can't believe it. West Ham on the attack here. Oh, he's got caught out. What colour should cheese and onion be? Red or green? What? My top left. Cheese and onion, red or green? It's blue. When's the only fan page coming, Mark? Says Michael. Nuno to Everton. Oh, God. Be interesting who Everton would go for next. Would they go for a foreign coach? Cheese and onion in this country is always blue. Walker's, Tesco's, Value, whatever. Rooney for Everton. Hey Mark, Chelsea fan here. Do you believe that Fred can improve under Ranić? Would love a Strepsil, says Neil. I think Fred's the midfielder that stands out the most as being suitable to a Ranić system. I mean, obviously he's still got his limitations. His first touch is sometimes a bit off, and his passing. I won't be having any beer tonight. I'm not having any alcohol when I feel like this. Don't think it's going to help. Sunshine, Gary Neville, says Sherman. I live my life in the city, but there's no easy way out. Ollie to Everton. I tell you what, I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will manage in the Premier League again. I'd be very surprised. So we've just got over 15 minutes to go in this game, and for Chelsea, they need to up the levels up a little bit. As I said, this would be their third draw in 4 games, and you know, West Ham away, all right on the face of it, you might say a draw is not terrible, but they did draw at home to Burnley, they did draw at home to Manchester United, and realistically, you'd be looking to win those 2, so they've got to try and get these points back. Otherwise, they're not going to be top of the league tonight with a draw, are they? You'd expect Man City and Liverpool to win their games. Nice little ball into Antonio, but Reece James is not strong enough. What a cross! And he's missed it on the back post. Antonio barging Reece James off. Brilliant cross. And I thought Bowen was going to get in on it. He's stretching hard. Fantastic play by Antonio. The cross is delightful. And Bowen, I tell you what. I think if he gets there, should he not finish? No, I think he should finish that. I know he's at full stretch, but I still think if he gets there, he should get it. A Chelsea running out of steam, says Elon. Interesting last 15 minutes now. I mean, that could have been a winner for West Ham. Hi, Mark. Hope the family are well. Loving your commitment to putting out regular content for his viewers. It's helping me get through my isolation, says Muraham. Loving the videos. Get well soon. God bless. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Appreciate that. Please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner if you're watching. Everyone is welcome on this channel. West Ham have got a free kick here. A chance to whip the ball in. Bowen, not very good. Cleared away, but he gets it back again. And he puts it in the cross. Mendy gets hold of it. I'm not doing Liverpool watch along. I was thinking about it, but because of my throat, I'm not. I'm gonna rest up a bit this afternoon. Got the 8 o'clock show tonight, and obviously United Palace tomorrow. So I don't want to push my throat too much, and then worst case scenario would be to lose my voice, wouldn't it? And then I wouldn't be able to do the watch along for Rangnick's first game. So I've got to be a bit sensible today. So no, I'm not going to do it. And also, I think Liverpool will win that quite easily. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right hand corner, we're getting closer towards 596,000. I am doing Everton versus Arsenal on Monday, actually. I'll go through what the watch alongs are going to be for the next week. Cross, shot, corner. Corner ball. Mason Mount's on it. Do I think Chelsea are overrated? No, I think Chelsea are just doing their thing. I think they've another good... Oh my God. Cleared away. Mason Mount's got it. Dink of a cross. And West Ham will clear it. And now there's an injury. Again. Prime Henry or Prime Ronaldo 9? Ronaldo 9. United have winnable games in December. With the new manager on board, how many points out of the 6 games do you think we'll get? Says Galactic Sabres. I mean, look, I know it sounds stupid, and it is stupid when United haven't even played a game. And under Ollie, at one point, we'd taken 4 points from 21. We were playing crap. Watford smashed us. Leicester smashed us. Liverpool smashed us. So to say that those same set of players are now going to go and win their next 6 games is very, very, very ambitious. But I think we've got to go and win our next 6 games. And, it's very rare to go and do that. But I think we will. 18 points. I can see us taking 15 easy. Not easy, but I think we will take 15 and hopefully 18. You're battling, Mark. Love it. Says Channel. Thank you very much for your super chat. Spurs top 6, says Alex. You've got a manager now who will change the identity of that football club. Again, Spurs to me are in the Arsenal situation. No matter how good the manager is and how good the system is, you're still going to fall short on quality. Like Man City are better than Arsenal and Spurs. Chelsea are better. Liverpool are better. So you're not going to finish any higher than fourth. But Spurs will be a better team for having Conte in charge. I think the teams that are going to lose out this year are teams like Leicester. They're not going to be anywhere near the top 6, are they? And look, we're watching a team now, West Ham. West Ham at the moment, they'll be like, look, we're in this battle. Oh, ref says play on. Still with Chelsea on the attack here. Little dinky cross again. Lukaku's up and over it goes. And it won't be a corner that time. Do you think West Ham will get top 6? No. I think West Ham's problem is when Antonio's not fit, they're very toothless. And also, if they get a few injuries, like what if Declan Rice gets injured? What if they lose another centre-back? United FC on Twitch today? No, Varun. Think of the throat. I'm happy with a draw. I'm happy if it stays a draw. That was the result I wanted, so I'll be happy with the draw. But 10 minutes to go. Chelsea won't be happy with the draw. Nice ball out wide to Hudson-Odoi. He's in the box. It's a crowded box and it's cleared. Well, Hurland says Chelsea are going to win. Trust me. So let's see. I was trying to think who Chelsea are really missing at the moment, and realistically, it's Kante, isn't it? Kante's the only real. I mean, Chilwell. It's a weird tackle by Rudiger there. I mean, nothing happens, but he is off the ground. Ben Rama's coming on, I think, here. There's another player gone down here for West Ham. He might want to get up because they've played on. Here's Reece James. Hudson-Odoi works back. Loftus-Cheek into Mount. Another corner. No, it's not. It's a goal kick. Kovacic, Chilwell and Kante. I mean, it's not enough, is it, Lyric? You can't. And I don't think any football club at this level can really say, oh, we're missing this player and that's why we're bad. I just think Chelsea lack a bit of a cutting edge at the moment. Lots of chances created against United, draw. Lots of chances created against Burnley, draw. Lots of chances created against West Ham, draw. And they're dominating possession again. Here's Bowen. West Ham on a rare foray forward. But he's won a corner. Now he's gone for a goal kick. I think Chelsea's problem at the moment as well is the midfield. I know Jorginho's playing today, but Loftus-Cheek in that midfield, it's not the same as having Jorginho and Kante or Jorginho and Kovacic, is it? Good play by Kufal into the box. Chelsea do clear it. As Johnny English says, 2 draws in 3 games is not great for Tuchel. Well, it's actually 3 draws in 4 games, I think. No, it's not. It's 3 draws in 5 games. 3 draws and 2 wins. Three draws in 5. Do you think they'll bottle the league? Well, I've predicted Man City will win the league anyway. 4-0 is coming off here. Did he not? No, it's not. It's Lanzini coming on. I was going to say 4-0's only just came on. Lanzini's coming off. And Benrahma comes on with 5 minutes to go. Lukaku lazy, says Badass. Well, he has just come back from a bad injury. I mean, you've got to question why he's not starting games, and Tuchel probably isn't starting him because he's not up to speed, is he? Lots of games coming up over Christmas as well, so you don't want to be, sometimes you have to manage it. HA says he doesn't actually suit the system of Chelsea. Lovely play by Benrahma, Bowen. Goal kick. Yeah, Man United have got. I've not known this happen for a long time. I don't know what it works for your team, but Manchester United play Brighton at 12:30 on Saturday the 18th, and then we don't play again until the evening of the Monday, the 27th. So United don't play for 9 days over Christmas, which is unheard of, really. So we play on the Saturday lunchtime. The following Saturday is Christmas Day. We don't play in midweek because we're out the Carabao Cup, and we play on the Monday. So it's a big break for Manchester United, that is, and very unusual. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, United playing on the night of the 23rd, and then again on Boxing Day. So twice in 3 days. But we don't play for nearly 10 days. Do I think Salah's better than Ronaldo at the moment? Yes. I mean, to me, it's not. Oh, it's a goal! Oh my God! Joker! I can't believe it. It's a joker. I can't believe what's happened here. West Ham have gone 3-2 in front. He's tried to cross it from the left-hand side. It's caught a defender and swerved into the top corner of the near post of Mendy, who desperately dives to try and stop it. It's a freak of a goal, and Mendy will feel a bit of a prat, but it's a shock here at West Ham. Any old iron will do, and it's 3-2 to West Ham, which is not the ideal result for Arsenal, Manchester United, Spurs and everyone else chasing him, but shocker. Goal for West Ham. I don't know whether he does it on purpose, actually. I don't know whether it does. Mendy should do better. There's no way he's meant that, has he? Has he meant that? Has he gone for that on purpose? Has he meant that? Or is it deflected? I can't tell. Deflection. He's definitely wrong-footed. I think he thinks it's gonna cross it. But this is now Chelsea implosion from 2-1 up to losing 3-2. This happened before. This happened a couple of years ago under Lampard, didn't it? They dominated and they ended up losing late on to West Ham, and it's happened again. It's deflection or a miss kick, says Matthew. It's it's a choker for Chelsea. I mean, 5 minutes to go, 2-2. That's the last thing you want to happen, and it's a freak of a goal. And Mendy's been wrong-footed. But this would be a massive 3 points for West Ham if they can hold on. I mean, as I say, from a United point of view, it's not good. It's not good at all. We'll talk about the league in a minute, but West Ham on the attack. It's Bowen. He puts it over the bar. He meant to put curl on and it didn't happen. I think it was meant to be a cross, but the league table looks like this at the moment. West Ham would go to 25 points, 4th place. No, they wouldn't. They've already got 25 points. They go to 28 points. No, they wouldn't. They go to 25 points. Oh, I'm lost now. Yeah, they go 25 points. And Chelsea, if Liverpool win, Liverpool go top on goal difference. If Man City win, they go top by a point. So Chelsea in trouble. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Wait a minute. BBC is fucking slow. They're not. They've got a live table and they've got it wrong. They've just not updated it. West Ham would go to 27 points. That's what happened. £27 points, and if Liverpool win, they go a point above Chelsea, and Man City would go 2 points ahead of them at the top. So and West Ham would go 6 points ahead of Manchester United. Five ahead of Arsenal. And it's interesting, actually. I mean, look, we've got 4 minutes added on here. And West Ham's next game is Burnley away, Arsenal away, and then they've got Norwich. So potential for West Ham to keep accumulating points, isn't there? Yeah, the chasing pack need to start winning games, don't they? Arsenal's and Spurs and Manchester United's, because West Ham are about to go 6 points clear of United. Well, this is why I wanted to draw, everybody, but you can't take it away from West Ham. They've been a little bit fortuitous with the third goal, probably very fortuitous with the third goal. And if you're looking at the actual story of the game as well, you'd never in a million years think that the scoreline would be 3-2 to West Ham, based on the fact that Chelsea have had 64% possession, 18 shots to West Ham's 11, and it is 9 corners to West Ham's 1. And yet it's 3-2 to West Ham. It's a funny old game, as Jimmy Greaves used to say. And it is a funny old game. But Chelsea would... I wouldn't say West Ham deserve to win. You know, they don't not deserve to win. But Chelsea can only look at themselves. Why is Hudson-Odoi taking a touch there? Put it into the mixer, mate. Strong play by Declan Rice. It wasn't a deflection, it was a direct shot. Well, if he meant that, it's one of the goals of the season. West Ham centre-backs are injured, so they'll drop off. United need to take advantage, says QO. No, you've got to say West Ham have done fantastically well to have 27 points at this point of the season. Oh, God. Need a cup of tea. Doddle says, I love your new voice, Mark. Please make it a default. Yeah, this is what I'd be like with a slightly deeper voice. Hi, Mark. How are you doing today? Also, pretty fun game so far, says Path. And thanks, mate. Obviously, I'm still not over it because my voice has changed. De Gea still getting hate. Certain channels saying he won't fit with Ralph because of his distribution and slow off his line, apparently, says Daniel Kirk. Yeah, well, as I said... idiots will start being negative before we've even started the journey, won't they? Agendas come to the fore. The only agenda should be Man United winning. Chelsea have literally got no more time. We've hit the 4 minutes. Andre Mariner looks at his watch. That's why the Premier League football is goated. Nothing is guaranteed, says Swift. I think if you're a Chelsea fan, this will be a big question mark about whether you can win the league when you know this is now what, drawn 1, won 1, lost 1 in a week, 4 points from 9, and it is over. West Ham win 3-2. Chelsea lose. I must admit, half an hour into that game, I didn't think that was going to happen, but it's a fantastic win for West Ham. Well done to them. Huge result for them. And they've gone and won at Chelsea's expense. And Chelsea will need to regroup quickly because their position at the top of the league will be gone tonight. Man City and Liverpool, one of them's going to win at least. And that Chelsea could find themselves third and no longer at the top. With 9 points up for grabs this week, they've taken 4, and they need to sort themselves out very, very quickly. I think Chelsea in possession are good, but in the final third, they're not creating enough chances. Well done to West Ham. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the channel. Our next watch-along is going to be on Monday night for Everton against Arsenal, but we will have a reaction to this coming up very soon, and I'll speak